10 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the opening 45. So far, Bentley fans happy. St. Rose fans a little bit on edge. They know an insurance goal would be, at least as far as how their season's played out, a pretty killer blow, having only scored more than 2 goals one time. That was in a 4-0 win against Assumption. In every other match, they have had 2 goals or less. Looked like Bentley was going to make a change. Eric Makadotsi has been warming up. We didn't see him against Adelphi. He's been a starter for much of the season. Started the first 9 games, then came off the bench for 2, and then we didn't see him at all against the Panthers. Bentley takes the free kick short. Cross comes into the box. Dangerous one. Nicely read, though, by the Golden Knights. All the way back to Barasa. Brings it under control, plays Marshall. Far side, cleared downfield. Takes a flick on, here's an opportunity. Far post run, Fraser! How about that for a counter? From the back line to the forward in 3 passes. Bentley 2, St. Rose 0. Fantastic delivery. It all started from Najim out on that left side, launching it downfield. Taken under control beautifully by McMahon. And Johan Fraser gets his 2nd of the day. 31st minute, 20 minutes after his first, he gets the 2nd. And for the 2nd match in a row, it's Bentley 2 and their opposition 0. And it is a much mightier hill to climb for St. Rose compared to Adelphi, at least on paper. Fraser, boy, what an appearance he's had. Connor Moat, your do-it-all forward, misses this one because of a red card. Fraser starts for just the 3rd time all year, and he's got 2 goals inside the opening 30-plus minutes. And again, it starts from the back line. Great counterattacking teams. It doesn't have to come from any piece of magic. It's just a ball launched downfield, a misplayed read by the outside back, gets over his head. Great cross initially from McMahon. And Fraser does exactly what you're taught to from when you're a little kid. Head it down. Head it straight into the ground, and good things will happen. Goalkeeper had nothing that he could do. He was defending the near post. That one loops far post, and Fraser heads it straight down into the floor and into the back of the net. First one, got a little bit lucky. Second one, no luck involved whatsoever. That's all skill, positioning, and field awareness across the board for Bentley. And they lead it 2-0. They didn't lead 2-0 against Adelphi until 10 minutes into the 2nd half. Now they get it in the first half. And they're going up against a team that is now going to have to completely change the way they approach this one. Adelphi could just continue to do exactly what they were doing. They were generating attacks, they just couldn't finish. St. Rose does not want to generate constant attacks. They want to take their time on the ball. They want to be methodical, slow in their build-up play. Bentley's not letting them do that so far. And now they're going to have to change that. They're going to have to generate way more attacks than they would normally do in a game that was 1-0, 0-0, like they want it to be at this stage in the match. Cross to the near side, plenty of space to move for August Carl Jorius. But again, look at all the angles that Bentley is cutting off just by being in their normal formation. It's 4 at the back, 4 at the midfield, 2 in the front, but they're having a player in their forward line drop off, so is essentially playing with 10 men behind the ball when they need to. And again, it's just forcing those unforced errors. You're forced to take risks, try and just launch it over the top. That's not what St. Rose wants to do. And it's working to perfection. Here comes Eric Makadotsi. Checking out as Myers. He has done a great job sitting in front of that back line, venturing forward when he needs to, but essentially mucking things up in that number 8 role, which you'll hear me say at every match. It sounds like a broken record. The player that plays right in front of that back line, the central defensive midfielder, has, I believe, the most thankless job in soccer. Myers doing it excellently, with Ronan Fitzpatrick currently sitting on the bench taking a quick break. Levine, nice cut. Plays it to the back line. Launched forward by Najim. This is how Bentley got their second. Looking for that same exact play. McMahon across the area and nearly found its way into the far corner side netting. Boy, would that have been a cap to the first half of action. Sub coming in for St. Rose as they try desperately to find one in the final 5 minutes. This is a crucial 5 minutes for both teams. Eric Radke from North Babylon, New York will come in and he'll play toward that left side, that outside, essentially the number 7 role that Cristiano Ronaldo loves to play, just flying up the sidelines and then cutting inside. But a crucial 5-minute spell for both these teams. St. Rose, if they can find one inside the final 4.5 minutes, it completely changes how they approach the second half. I don't really think, if Bentley can grab a third, of course, incredible. But the most important thing right now is do not allow St. Rose to score inside these final 4.5 minutes. Go in 2-0, you are on cloud 9. Got to make sure that you do not lose focus despite having the 2-0 lead. Have to see out these final 4 minutes. Levine, Marshall, settles it to his feet. Makadotsi, he can play forward-oriented as well, but he's currently sitting where Myers was in that central defensive midfield role to allow Levine to continue to be the forward player. We've also seen Najim switch a little bit as well as he has moved forward. Bentley putting some pressure on the ball. That's fine. You just got to make sure that you don't get caught out with too many men forward. Bourgeois has to get back quickly. Beautiful turn. This is going to be a foul, and this is most likely going to be a yellow card. No, it's not. Usually a player gets turned like that, grabs the shirt. Hunter Marshall is getting away with one, especially since he did have a play earlier where he was having a bit of a conversation with the official. So I'm very surprised that Marshall is getting away without going into the official's book. So Bentley does catch a bit of a break there. This ball can be brought into the area by Shuby. Launches it deep, just inside the 18, headed on, but no one's there except for Marcus Four, who has really not had to do much for the second straight match, despite being the team that you'd expect there the goalkeeper would be the more active one. The defense has been fantastic in front of Marcus Four. When he's needed to come claim a ball, he has, but he has not had to make any dynamic saves in this one. He might not have had to make any saves to this point in the match. That being said, you haven't seen many saves either from Rosman, as when Bentley has put the ball in frame, it's usually been Rosman picking it out of the back of the net. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Dancing over the ball is Fernando Carvalho. Levine takes a heavy hit. And that's just some frustration from the Golden Knights. Just going in essentially with the check. Nico Ferretta, 6'2" forward from East Northport, New York. And he gets away with a yellow too. In the second half, you probably don't. First half, you get away with that one. 100 seconds or so to go in this first half. Can Bentley just find another opportunity? Just keep it down there, win yourself a corner, and see out this first half, goal or not. This one will go over the end line for a goal kick, though, with 1.5 minutes to go in the opening 45. St. Rose plays it quickly, still trying to find one attacking opportunity that really challenges Marcus Four. Is there one last play in this first half for either squad? Bentley perfectly content to sit on the 2-0 lead, play numbers behind the ball, and just make sure that they maintain this 2-goal advantage. It's cut out, though. Nicely done by Makadatsi. Beautifully left. Overlapping run. Levine plays it to the outside. McLaughlin moves forward. Takes a deflection. Whisks down into the corner. It's kept in play by the Golden Knights. Bentley wins a throw with 40 seconds and counting. Throw-in comes short to Levine. Outside, cross, low. Knocked away. Golden Knights trying to get it outside their defensive third. Bentley has no problems just pinning him back there. A little bit of time wasting for a brief second. Just takes a couple more seconds off the clock. Booted downfield, past midfield by St. Rose, but it just finds a Bentley foot. Najim. Heavy challenge, and that will do it for the first half. That could not have gone better for the Bentley Falcons on senior night. They have a very veteran starting lineup, a very veteran team overall, and it is the true freshman, Johan Fraser, who has a brace in the first half. First one comes off a deflection. Second one, a beautiful header on a great cross by McMahon. And Bentley leads it 2-0 at halftime. What a fantastic start. And St. Rose is going to have to work through some things because they are not a team that scores a lot of goals. They're going to need at least 2 just to send this one into overtime. And Bentley looks like they could put in a couple more on the counterattacks. Fraser's getting hugs from his teammates. What a performance by Johan. 1 goal on the season against Stonehill. He's got 2 in the opening 45 minutes. And it is Bentley 2, St. Rose 0.